Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while since my last roadmap video, but today we've got some massive updates to cover. The version 6.0 to 6.8 banner roadmap has changed a lot, with new characters, updated kit info, expected reruns. A lot has happened in the past week that completely shifts the roadmap for Natlan and beyond. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Version 6.0 is expected to release on September 10th, and it's bringing us 3 new characters, 2 5-stars and 1 4-star, which is classic Hoyoverse whenever a new region launches. The first new character is Lauma, a 5-star Dendro Catalyst user. Her skill summons the Frostgrove Sanctuary for AoE Dendro damage, and her burst transforms stacks into massive Bloom, Hyperbloom, and Burgeon damage, scaling with elemental mastery. She's designed to push Bloom teams to the next level. Then we have Flins, a 5-star Electro Polearm user who fights in Manifest Flame mode, converting his attacks into Electro with rapid spear flurries. His burst deals huge AoE Electro damage with lunar-charged hits, and since he scales on attack, he's a powerful DPS focused on reaction damage. Right now, Ineffa looks like his best support. Finally, we've got Aino, a 4-star Hydro Claymore who throws out a Musecatcher for hydro damage and summons a ducky turret with her burst. She scales with elemental mastery, and yes, this finally gives us the first Hydro Claymore in the game. As for reruns in 6.0, reliable sources suggest that we're getting Nahida, the Dendro Archon, who's been waiting the longest for a rerun. With Dendro buffs coming in 6.0, her timing is perfect. We're also expecting Yelan, who just got a new skin in 5.8, and Hoyoverse always follows up skins with a rerun shortly after. On top of that, we might also see the Chronicled Wish banner arriving earlier than expected, possibly as soon as 6.0. If true, this could feature some of the strongest characters alongside their signature weapons. Moving into version 6.1, things change a bit. Originally, we thought Duran would debut here, but he's been delayed to June 2nd. Instead, we're getting Nefer, our new Dendro mommy. She's a 5-star main DPS focused on Bloom, and the latest info suggests she's going to be a Catalyst user. Earlier rumors hinted at her being a bow character, but Catalyst seems more likely now. For reruns, sources suggest we'll see either Furina or Zhongli here, though, honestly, Zhongli hasn't had a rerun in longer, so he fits perfectly. Alongside them, we're likely to see Veresa, who released in 5.5 and would be 5 patches overdue by 6.1. And finally, Escoffier, a support released in 5.6 who could get her first rerun early. Hoyoverse often gives supports an early rerun before cycling back to DPS characters, so it makes a lot of sense. Version 6.2 is where things really heat up. This patch will finally bring Duran as a playable character. He's a 5-star pyro male from Mondstadt who acts as a support. He can heal himself, buff teammates, and deal pyro damage, with some testers even calling him a 5-star Xiangling. That alone is enough to hype him up. On the rerun side, whichever Archon didn't appear in 6.1, either Furina or Zhongli, will likely appear here. If Nouvelette receives a skin in 6.1, then his rerun in 6.2 is basically confirmed. And finally, there's a strong chance that Arlecchino could rerun in this patch. Pairing Duran and Arlecchino would be huge profit for Hoyoverse, and if their kits synergize, it's almost guaranteed. Now let's talk about version 6.3, which is the main promotional patch for Nod Cry. Of course, this is where we're finally getting Columbina, one of the most hyped characters in the game. She's a 5-star Hydro Polearm DPS who applies Hydro off-field and excels in Bloom, Hyperbloom, and Freeze teams. Her ability, Song of the Hollow Moon, is the centerpiece of her kit. She's basically a must-pull, and she'll arrive in Phase 1. The second new character in this patch is still unnamed, but she's from Liyue and connected to the book Moonlit Bamboo Forest as the White Horse. For reruns, this is the perfect time for Venti, who hasn't had a rerun since May 5th. We should also see Skirk get her first rerun here, since she debuted in 5.7, and Clorend would make sense to return now as well with her recent buffs. Overall, 6.3 is shaping up to be one of the most wallet-draining patches in recent memory. Version 6.4, which should line up with Lantern Rite, is still more mysterious. Rumors suggest a golden-eyed Adeptus lady could arrive, but that's not confirmed. As for reruns, Ineffa from 5.8 should finally return here, and it also makes sense for Raiden Shogun to come back in this patch, since her last rerun was in 5th/6th. Lantern Rite usually brings new Liu characters too, so expect one surprise addition. From version 6.5 to 6.8, things are less certain, but we do have some names to discuss. In 6.5, we're expecting Varka, an Animo DPS who focuses purely on raw damage without relying on reactions. In the 6th of June, we should finally get Nicole Aino, one of the legendary witches of the Hexen Circle. She's expected to be a cryo support and possibly meta-defining, though we'll have to wait for her full kit. In 6.7, we're getting one of the biggest names of all, Alice, Klee's mom. She's a pyro DPS, focused on melt reactions, and early info suggests she pairs really well with Nicole, so if you want Alice, you might want to grab Nicole first. Finally, for 6.8, we don't have solid info yet, but possible candidates include Jehoda, who already has a teaser design. One last thing, all of this info comes from beta testers, leakers, and my own speculation. These banners are not official, so they may change in the future. And that's everything we know so far about the updated version 6.0 to 6.8 banner roadmap. Honestly, these lineups are stacked. Columbina, Durin, Alice, Nicole, and so many others. It really feels like Hoyoverse wants all of us to be broke. So tell me, who are you saving for? Are you pulling Lauma, Flins, or maybe you're waiting for Columbina or Alice? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.